running away a little bit here. Let's go take a look at Ice Lord's accuracies after this potential frag. Kind of a predictive
Still
dodging.
a lot of damage coming out of Ice Lord.
A little bit of a predictable dodging
Actually,
pattern.
that's something.
Because
Yeah.
there's so little.
But that's something I wanted
ground
to
to
see
work
out
with.
of the noobs a little bit earlier, as far as denying Ice Lord those rails, because that's been really keeping the noobs from getting too comfortable here. And now that he's shut down Ice Lord there a little bit and kept the rail away from him, that's really going to start to landslide this.
Yeah, because 44% is what Ice Lord was shooting for rail. So Noobs is very smart to deny him that weapon and keep it so. 1 minute to go. Noobs has extended this thing what was just a 1 and 2 frag game a few minutes ago. Noobs has run away with in the last maybe 2 minutes. So Noobs will hang on to his crown and will be king of the hill in 45 seconds.
Woot woot. And that is even more impressive due to the fact that he was down by 2 frags, and even though 2 is not a huge number, it being at the beginning of the game really has the ability to set the tone for the match. And this being DM6, really difficult to take that kind of control back, so huge bonus to the noobs for taking control of the map back and turning that into a large lead.
And it is what a nice lead it is. And that will do it. And I have to say, you know, I'm liking 2010 Jahar. I think we're off to a good start. We have a lot of CTF. We have a lot of CTF on the docket. So congratulations to the noobs. Hail to the king, baby. But a lot of really good stuff coming up.
Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Yeah.
Crown might be usurped here.
So we're gonna cycle. We're gonna get Destruct playing here. So I guess we won't take our break. It's pretty rare when we get him on King of the Hill because he doesn't like to play late. So this is kind of a rare thing. Going live in 3. This might be the last match of the night. We'll see. Noob's getting the GL spawn, picking up a rail, and back over to Destruct, who gets railed in the face. He's looking for the shotgun shot, being very aggressive.
But he's got the noobs down to 2 health. Even backing up with a rail and oh geez, he was going straight for the 50 health. Destruct said no, my frag, my 50 health. And actually just even backing up with LG and railgun there, Destruct was doing way more damage.
Yeah. Like that's the kind of ballsy, unexpected moves, like ballsy aggression that I love seeing from Destruct. And you know, I talked about it a little bit when I did DreamHack coverage, and a little bit when I did, I guess we did the Intel Extreme Masters coverage. We covered a couple of the qualifier and group stages. I mean, there's just something about that, like the times when he chooses to be aggressive, most players don't expect, and it can be such a formidable weapon.
Boy crush. But this is going really well so far, and actually, yeah, again, some of these weird shots that Destruct is pulling off, but he's still got Mega. Red's coming up in 4. And there's going to be a little bit of Rocket Splash coming out of the noobs here, but I don't think he has enough to really make that challenge.
Nice rocket pop.
Destruct. And actually Destruct backed off there for a second and went up the pad, decided it wasn't worth it. And went straight back around. So this is actually going to cause a situation where Destruct is going to be coming from a position, and I don't think the noobs is exactly going to be predicting where this is going to be.
Yeah, Destruct is basically firing feelers out there, trying to figure out where the noobs is going to be approaching RA. And you can see how he didn't come out of teleporter and just suddenly go straight for RA. He checked all the possible entrances to that room to make sure that he wasn't going to take any damage. So smart move there, and that cleared the way for that RA. And now he'll be able to drop in for Mega, and getting he might choose to yeah, he needs to go for Mega now because he caught Noobs heading over towards sort of the RL side of the map, and you don't want to give.
Good denial of yellow armor though.
Yeah, that was. And now he's got red too, so he's stacked to the teeth. Now he's got plasma, so he's got everything. Let's go take a look at the Noobs. He's got no armor, 86 health. Trying to find the exit from this room. Here comes plasma. I mean, rather, portal yellow. Excuse me.
Yeah, right now it looks like Destruct is going to be the player who shall not be ambushed, no matter what. And I think the Noobs, at least in the first few minutes of this map, has really been trying to set up those situations. And ZTN is a great place for all those kind of ambushes, but
well, hang on,
I think Destruct checking all those exits.
What the Noobs has done in the last minute, or at least, yeah, roughly a minute, is he's avoided Destruct and picked up 2 yellows. Okay? And now, if he does this right, then, oh wow, Destruct almost had his number with that nade. Ah, he finally got hit, so now he's got a move. But actually, he might get Mega. Oh, no, nope, he lost Mega. He wasn't sure about the timing between Mega and Red, so Destruct's able to collect both of them. Noobs plays it smart though. He's just very cautious. Walks into a rocket there, but you know he still has almost 100 armor. Destruct says, "Fuck you! I have a huge stack. Let me show you my LG." And he runs out of rockets. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But you know, one more square rocket.
A huge amount of damage that he did with that LG there.
Yeah.
It really sealed the fate. The Noobs gets a red steal. He ends up taking a lot of damage from that, but he got away. Sharding back up, that's going to help him get some armor back. Mega's up, but the Noobs is stuck back over here. Not a lot he could do. No rail, nothing insta.
Well, and I'm watching IRC, and I want to call this out because I think I have a different opinion. Someone was saying, you know, I'll play them, you know, I'll get my butt kicked, but I'll play them just for the experience. I want to play these guys on this level for the experience. And Smeagol was saying, well, you wouldn't learn anything from playing them. And I kind of disagree. I think it depends on what you are intending to learn.
What you're looking for.
For example, when it's someone that you're pretty sure that you're just not going to do well at all against, like for me, in that situation, I basically work on running away. Like basically learning how to think like my opponent and outthink them enough so that I can run into them like the least number of times. Basically learning how to...
it's actually kind of interesting what kind of situations come up when you play that kind of defense, when you know that you're not going to be doing well, but you end up doing a lot of damage just through that kind of play.
Well, that, or you know, you start learning things like, okay, so the player in control is going to take this long to go from this item to this item. I'm going to expect to see him here at this time. That means if I go the other way, that gives me a chance to cross the map. And look at this, I can now run yellow armors without being spotted, and now I've got 150 armor. And even though my opponent can still kill me because their aim is just that much better than me, I've learned how to get 150 armor against a really good opponent. And learning how to do that is invaluable. So, you know, sometimes it's all about learning a particular skill rather than trying to get a win. So.
And actually, I think for newer players, the worst kind of experience is playing against someone far above your tier, and then just kind of almost mystifying them, going, well, how did he end up, you know, just appearing there, and how come he's not dying even though I've hit him in the face so many times? And that's really dangerous. You know, he's playing the same game as you. He doesn't have any special magical bonuses or anything. So just avoiding that kind of mindset. And it seems silly saying it out loud, but I know a lot of players end up just getting really frustrated, and that frustration comes from the fact that they seem to be playing against someone who's like magic. You know.
Oh, Noobs goes into the negatives. 5 to -1. That being said, though, it's pretty close CTN game.
Yeah, and he left him with 9 health. He's stacking back up, but 9 health was damn close.
Yeah.